Hello, my name is Maria Miller from mathmammoth.com. In this video we're gonna look at the topic of how fractions are divisions. For example, 2/3 is the same as 2 divided by 3, or 2/3 is the answer to the problem 2 divided by 3. Now how come? You might say, prove it, right? Well, I will prove it, okay? 2 divided by 3 would mean that you have 2 of something, and 3 people want to share that equally, right? So let's draw 2 pies. And there's 3 people eating, so what do? We cannot just give everybody 1 pie. Okay, but I can take the first pie and divide it equally between 3 people. Everybody will get 1 slice from that pie. And then I take the second pie and divide that also equally, and everybody will get another slice from that pie. So how much will each person get? Each person gets 2 slices, 2/3, right? So indeed, 2 divided by 3 equals 2/3. Remember, division by a whole number. You can think of equal sharing. You know, the first person gets this and this, second person gets this and this, and the third person gets this and this. Each person gets 2/3. How about 4/5? Is it really equal? Is it really the same as 4 divided by 5? If I divide 4 by 5, will I get answer 4/5? I can do the same. Let's draw 4 something and try to divide that evenly between 5 people. Let's say we have 4 chocolate bars here, or maybe they are fruit bars. Either way, you have 4 here, and then 5 people want to share them equally, so each person gets less than a whole bar. But what I can do is, I can divide each one of them into 5 pieces. And then each person will get 1 of those, 1 of these, 1 of these, and 1 of these. So how much does each person get? 1 from here, 1 from here, 1 from here, 1 from here. So each person gets 4/5. It indeed is the answer, okay? Let's try one more time. 7 divided by 4. Will the answer really be 7/4? Which this is an improper fraction, so you could write it as a mixed number, right? It will be 1 and 3/4. But anyway, let's check. If we have 7 pies, pies are easy to divide into fourths. 4 people are going to be eating, so now everybody will get 1 whole pie. First of all, these 4 pies, I can give everybody 1 pie. Okay? So person number 1 gets this, and person number 2 gets this, and person number 3 gets this, and 4th person gets that. And then we have these 3 pies and 4 people. So I will do the same method. I will give everybody a slice from each pie. So now, for example, how much pie does person number 1 get? They get 1 whole pie and then 3/4. And the same is true for the second person. Second person gets 1 pie and then 3/4. Okay, 1 and 3/4, or 7/4. We can use this now to solve division problems, okay? If you have a whole number division here, just write it as a fraction. Like this, 21 divided by 4, or the 21/4, okay? Now that you have your fraction, change it to a mixed number, okay? For that I need to think, how many times does 4 go into 21? It goes 5 times, right? So this will, as a mixed number, is 5, and then there's 1/4 left over. Okay? If you had 21 pies and 4 people sharing them, each person will get 5 whole pies and 1/4 of a pie. Here, 50 divided by 3. I'll write it as a fraction. 50 divided by 3. Now I will change it into a mixed number, and at that point I do need to divide. 50 divided by 3. I need to think, 3 goes to 50, it goes 16 times, yes. And then 16 times 3 is 48. There's 2/3 left over. You might compare this kind of division to basic division, where you will get remainders, because you can also write it like this. Not thinking of fractions at all, but thinking that 3 goes to 50 16 times, and there's a remainder of 2, right? But this is another way of doing it, where we actually take the remainder 2 and divide that too. Okay, we also divide the remainder. We don't leave it as leftover pie that nobody eats. Well, but we take the leftovers and divide them further so that there's no leftovers. Everything is divided. Okay? 17 divided by 5. Let me first write it as if we were in 3rd grade. You would think 5 goes to 17 3 times and the remainder is 2. But if we do it using fractions, we will write it like this. 17 fifths. And then, as a mixed number, this will be 3 and there's 2 fifths. Compare now those two answers. Okay, there's 3 and 3, that's the same. But this is the different part, okay? This is like saying that I have 17 pies and 5 people. And everybody will get 3 pies, and the leftover pies are 2 pies. We're not going to do anything with them, we put them to fridge. This is like saying 17 people and 5 pies. Everybody will get 3 and 2/5 of a pie. We will not leave any leftovers, we will take the leftover pies and divide them too. 31 divided by 11. Okay, if I'm in 3rd grade, then I think 11 goes to 31 exactly 2 times. That's 22, and then the remainder is 9. But if I want to divide it completely, I write it as a fraction, and then I will get 2 again here as my whole number part, and then the 9, the leftover is 9/11.